What's up, guys? My name's Derek, and welcome back to the Sundown Audio unofficial YouTube channel. What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm already tired. I've been busting tail on this truck. Had to get Brandon, he stayed late a little bit with me to hurry up and get this installed. This cat bank's heavy. It's a two-person job. Got all the wire cut, wired up. As you know, I'm running 5-cell banks, so my cells are odd numbered, which means I got my ground bus bar on top, my positive bus bar is down on the bottom. So I cut a bunch of wire ahead of time, pre-wired it into that bus bar down at the bottom. They're just laid over the top, and kind of had to set the cat bank up on the tailgate, wire that up, then maneuver it in here. It's also a little awkward. It's just wide enough that you can't roll it straight in. It actually hits my my pins here where the tailgate latches on. It hits my latches. So you got to maneuver it in there, and it's a little tricky when you're maneuvering a huge cat bank that's fully charged in there and your positive is on the bottom. And if it drags across some of the metal the wrong way, it's not good. I can tell you from experience over everything. Don't do that. So yeah, we took 2 people. He stayed late with me a little bit. Shout out to Brandon. Wiggle this thing in here. It is mounted. It is wired up. I got my power and ground coming in the bottom down there, just like you saw in the last update. So it's totally hooked up, wired up to my alternator. Random splitter. Anyway, yeah, now that that's in, time to, well, this video is gonna go a little out of order. Let's just say that. So I set the camera up before I did a intro like I am now, recorded what I did inside, but I'll just go ahead and show you. So it's gonna be out of order. I got inside, did a bunch of work. Now I'm gonna tell you about it, but after I get done talking here, you're gonna see the build action. So to please you guys that like to see the work, want to see me get in there and build, but I hate to just stretch it out, take forever doing all the work. So I've got a time lapse going. Here you go. The tubes are installed. They are fully installed. They are screwed, they're mounted, they're in there firm. It's time to run speaker wire. Now you probably can't see from inside here, but if you paid really close attention to this back wall, you might can see all the little extra holes that are in there. So let me show you what I did. Talk about that real quick. So essentially, this is some pipe, and I don't know my other little piece. Hold on. There it is. So I went down to the local hardware store. I took me a little piece of the 8-gauge wire. I planned on running to wire these subwoofers up using this 8-gauge wire, speaker wire. And I went and found me a pipe that's just big enough to hold that wire. Because in the past, in my experience, drilling holes straight through a rear wall like this of all wood, the inside gets a little rough. And when you go and try and take that wire and feed it through, it likes to get bunched up, and when it gets bunched up, it snags, and then the shielding will kind of push back, and then it bows out, and then it's just a mess. So sometimes it'll slide right through easy. Sometimes it's a pain unless you really oversize the holes, and I didn't want them to have to go really big with the holes and not have any pain. So that's what I did. I drilled me a hole big enough to fit this pipe through there, cut me a bunch of little sections to length, tapped them in. So now that I'm ready to run my 8-gauge speaker wire without any issue at all, I can come up and I can feed it right in there, and it'll slide real smooth inside that pipe. So that's just a little tip for you guys, something I like to do. Works well. It's gonna work real easy here. Now the pipe isn't perfect exact fit. It's kind of snug. It's a little bit loose. So on the tubes, the back wall of the tubes is 2 layers, 1.5 inches thick. That is actually a little bit smaller. That one is really snug on the wire, but it's only 1.5 inches. I gotta squeeze it through. I've already done some test fitting. It's gonna work perfect. So got those all those holes drilled. You're gonna see that in the quick time lapse coming up. Tubes are in. Another thing I'm super picky about. You should see this on the time lapse, but there's this. So went and used my little decal plotter, made me a template, threw it on this cutout. This is one of the exact cutouts that came out the inside of those tubes. Use that to get in there, kind of line up, drill my holes. So this is a template for me to drill all my holes, keep all my holes similar. It's just me being a little OCD. Are they perfect? No. Are they really, really close? Yes. The other thing is when I set each tube, when I first put it in position, I marked it. It's marked on the inside, and you'll see a mark at the top of each of those tubes on this outside mounting baffle there, signifying which tube goes in which location. That's something else I'm super picky about. The tubes are mounted a certain way. They're going to go right back in here in that same location, that same way every time. But that's it. You can see they're mounted. Caps are mounted. Next steps, speaker wires and mount subwoofers. My subwoofers are sitting down here. I got them wrapped up in plastics. They didn't get all dirty. You can see covered in dust now. But coming up here soon is going to be the time-lapse footage. I'm going to show you that of me getting all the tubes mounted, all my holes drilled, the process going through little by little, doing each one of them. And then we're going to switch up and get some speaker wires and tubes mounted. Hope you guys enjoy this. I'm pretty excited because it is still early and I don't have much further to go. This thing's probably going to play tonight. Real quick, show you one other step. I had to dig this out. If you might be able to see, this has got a lot of dust on it. This is out of my old mini truck, 4-door Blazer that I used to compete with years ago. I saved this, still got it. So real quick, I'll show you what's happening here. I got a head unit. Take this end, you got a quick power, ground, remote, and signal wires, your RCAs. This plugs straight into your amplifiers at the back. I will use some splitters, some RCA distribution, connect all my amplifiers together. Then I got actually 25 feet here. This can stretch outside of the vehicle. I can walk all around the vehicle, go wherever I want. This was long enough in my last truck. I could actually pull this out, go up front, and sit on my hood while I bass raced with this and use my external head unit to control the whole system up there. I did kind of forget till last minute that I needed another head unit. So it hit me and reminded me, I actually had an old car that got blown up, still sitting in our little shop junkyard out here in front of the warehouse. And I hit a kind of a brain fart, like, oh crap, I remember I had a brand new head unit in that car when it blew up. It's still out there. So I went out there today at lunchtime, snagged that brand new head unit out. And I mean, it's brand new. It's actually, I probably bought this head unit 3 years ago, and I bet it's been sitting out in that car about 2-3 years. Brand new, probably didn't have it a month in that car. Oh man. Anyway, this is ready, real easy. Once I get these subs in, I'm gonna get this playing tonight. It's coming. You are not gonna want to miss this video. Stay tuned. All right, guys, I hope y'all can see good. The sound's gonna be a little echoey in here since we're in the box. I'm trying to get some light, so hopefully everything works out. Sorry if it doesn't. Doing the best I can. But time to install some subwoofers. All my speaker wires ran. Now I know, big question, a lot of people ask what kind of screws to use. So this is what I like, decking screws. These are really strong, really easy to use. There's nothing fancy. I don't like fancy screws, just a basic screw, but one that's strong. These are good, thick decking screws. They just work. And hopefully they work good here. Anyway, now my process for installing subwoofers like this. Now, I always like to go top to bottom and kind of inside to out. And the reason for that, I don't want to install a subwoofer on the bottom and then come in going to install a subwoofer on top of it and mess around and hit this one. So you're less likely to have any interference, cause any damage if you start at the top inside and work your way out. So this is where we're going to start first. One of the other things I like to do, have all my speaker wires situated, ready to go. Just going to tuck these up out the way. So I'm going to pick the subwoofer up, and these are only used, so they're not super heavy. If you got some heavy subwoofers, you best gotta get your muscles up and manhandle them. When I pick this up, I'm gonna get my motor of the subwoofer, the magnet, to sit right here. Get it up, let it sit there and rest so that I can kind of balance it with one hand. I can use my other hand to come around, grab my speaker wires, get into my terminals. So I'm just gonna let this all run in real time so you can watch some of this, and then I'll speed it up later. There we go. Just gonna set my motor right there. Come around, get my speaker wires installed. Guys, it's very important, especially when you're doing a big install, multiple subwoofers, double, triple check your speaker wires. Do not leave any chance. Take every precaution you can to make sure you get your subs wired correctly. All right, one down. Come on, get in there. There we go. That side wired. I'm gonna twist it over. Get to where I can see my other speaker terminals. I don't know if the camera can catch them back there. And I do not like direct leads. Man, this would be such a pain in the ass if I had direct leads. I'm a fan of just standard 4-gauge terminals, which comes on all your big Sundown Audio subwoofers. They all come with big oversized terminals. So there, got all my wiring in. Now, you want to pay real close attention to your speaker wires while you're mounting your subwoofer. I've had it happen to me. I've seen it happen to other guys where your speaker wires kind of just hang in as you're pushing it in, and you end up getting some one piece something just kind of folds over a little bit, hangs out, gets pinched in the gasket. You don't want to have that issue. Pay really close attention to your wires. So I got everything handy right now. Let's get this thing screwed in. Now what I'm gonna try and do, these baskets got a good slope to them, so I'm just gonna try and just, again, manhandle, hold on to it, push it in, let the slope of this frame ride that mounting lip up. Making sure no speaker wires coming out on me. Uh-oh, something's catching. feel like something's catching. Not getting in there right. I'm just gonna do another little quick inspection. Nope, everything's good. Just being paranoid. Ah. There we go. Now, let's get a screw in here. So there we go. Our subwoofers are installed. A little bit of work. So what you think? Does it look like me? Anyway, they're in, guys. Oh yeah, I'm liking the sound of that so far. So let's hop out of here now. Now the subwoofers are in, speaker wires are ran, and show off real quick. We're using that really nice Sundown Audio 8-gauge power cable. It's a power wire, but it's fine to use a speaker wire. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna carry all of the current I need from the amplifiers into those subwoofers. It's 8-gauge, 805 strands, so it is a little oversized. Just like in the last video where I showed off our 1/0 wire, this stuff is silver tin, full OFC copper, super flexible. Show you right here, 8-gauge. Just barely mashing out with my fingers. See how flexible that is. This stuff has an awesome PVC jacket on it. Awesome wire. Need any wire, Sundown Audio has great wire. So that's what I'm running. For speaker wire, got a ton of it running out of here. Well, right now the only thing left to do is I think throw an amplifier in here. That's what I think. Because pretty much my goal for the night was cat bake installed, tubes and subwoofers installed, all my speaker wires are ran. That's it. I'm done for the night technically, but I don't know where I put my phone. It's still early. I don't think it's that late yet. We definitely got time. We're gonna wire an amplifier up in here real quick. Do not go away. You're not gonna want to miss this. All right, so here's what's up. Even though I'm past where I wanted to be for the night, there's no way I'm going home till I hear this thing make some noise. So I've got an amp, just one amp, and we got a little fuckery going on, and I don't care. I'm wired it up, 17500. We're gonna make noise tonight. You can bet on that. All right, guys, so here we go. We're turning it on. I'll admit on now, this isn't the first time. I went Facebook Live because I don't know, I just mentioned it and apparently a bunch of people wanted me to do it. So I went Facebook Live to finish wiring the amplifier, turn it on for the first time. It played. So now for the video, just for you, we're gonna turn it on again. I got my trusty old brand new Pioneer head unit. Turn this thing on. We got power, blue lights on. And so just gonna pick a generic frequency. Let's see if you can hear it. That's it, it's on. That resonance, man, you can tell that cabin. So that's it. New goal for the night. You know, originally I just wanted to get the subwoofers installed. Some wiring ran, and there we go. Single 7500. If my random calculations are correct with the way I did some series parallel random wiring configuration, that was quarter ohm 7500. If you don't know, SUV 7500 don't give a shit. You can run that thing however. It's not rated. You don't get warranted, but I have done anything you can imagine doing, from low voltage to high voltage to low impedance to high current. You name it, I've done it with 7500. I put them through a lot. I've had, if you know what this means, I've had less than 0.5 reactive loads on a 7500 and gave it hell. And it damn didn't care. So, but that's it. I got it playing, guys. This is my happy face. But it's late. I'm calling it quits. I'm going home. So that's it. Remember, if you like what we're doing here on the channel, don't forget, click that thumbs up button. Give us a like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you like this build, your friends will love it too. My light got messed up. But that's it, guys. Until next time, I'll see y'all then.